The first book is back there. It's called A Guide to Psychotherapy for Patients, and it's a way to help people who are in therapy, or maybe friends of people who are in therapy, to understand the process and take the mystery out of it, make it understandable to virtually any reader. I hope that's useful. I published it with iUniverse. I don't know if you can get sued for bad mouthing those people, but what a horrible experience I had. I spent a fortune getting that first book published, and what would happen is I would get one thing done for $1,000 or $1,500 or $2,000, and then the very next thing that well, that will cost you another couple of grand. And this went on and on and on, and finally I got wise to being conned. It took quite a while. So I spent a lot of money. And the last time I talked to them, they said, well, but you have to advertise. You need to buy this advertising package. This will make the book for you. Our editors agreed that your book has enormous potential. So I'm thinking, if it has such enormous potential, why hasn't it sold better than it has already with those methods I did purchase? So I can just caution you, those of you who have not had the experience, to be very cautious and circumspect with these self-publishing organizations. I learned the hard and expensive way. And I would like to help others to avoid the same expense and pain, if possible. The second book, the poetry book, I never published books of any kind. Well, when I was working, I published professional books that are clinical research and chapters on transference and countertransference and technical stuff having to do with psychotherapy and psychoanalysis, but I never published things on my own. The two most recent things I did myself. I really owe a debt of gratitude to Peggy and Miranda, who made the work of publishing so easy for me. I produced the book with very little effort and very little expense. I mean, writing was it, but putting it together. Peggy and Miranda did that work for me, and it turned out beautifully. The book is back there. You can see it on the easel.
Let me show it.
It's called
The Image Maker.
The Image Maker, right after the name of the poem. So what I wish I had done the first book was just spend the money to put it together, and then use the rest of the funds available to promote and advertise it myself, rather than going through these crooks. That would have been the smart thing to do, but I wasn't smart at that point. I'm getting smarter as I go along. I was pretty dumb to start with. Yeah, that's the first book, the psychotherapy book, and any of you want to see it, you can pass it around if you want to look at it.
It changed my life. I know I told you once.
Oh, well, this is a testimonial.
And seriously, I made decisions.
Changed his lives, how about that?
I made decisions I hadn't dared to make before reading that book.
I needed that.
And this one I love because he does something that I've never seen a poet do before. He talks about the inspiration on the left side and the poem on the right side.
Mm-hmm.
So now you know why he wrote this poem. Very nice. It's very nice poetry also.
Thank you.
And Don, that's why I started the publishing club, because I spent $8,000 publishing Alphabeto Crossover Alphabet.